Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your bonus reading for June 2025, your June bonus. You have this fear of failure card. It says, your fear of failure can be very crippling, especially when it keeps you from even trying. You have this retreat card. It says, sometimes taking a break is the best thing you can do to gain clarity and a fresh perspective. So, if you're afraid of failing at anything this month, I would take a break, is kind of what that's saying to me. Or, kind of like take some time to gain a new perspective, because that will probably be the thing that helps you the most. And, maybe that's just what you need. But, it looks pretty good so far here, Scorpio. And again, this is a very good month for water signs. So the whole summer really is very good. So, things could be going very well for you. You have the Queen of Pentacles as your first card, which is how you are entering into the Celtic Cross, like your current general energies. And the Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness. It is a card of tapping in and using your resources to find success. So it seems to me like it is going to be a time of resourcefulness for you, Scorpio, or using your resources. It's kind of interesting that for the past couple of weeks, all the fixed signs, you being a fixed sign, have been getting the Queen of Pentacles, and I've been getting the word multiplication with the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, she has this rabbit right here, and the rabbit can represent fertility and abundance. The rabbit can also represent fears and anxiety. She is, the whole point of the card is that she's focused on the pentacle. She's not focused on the rabbit. So she's focusing on, kind of like what she wants to create. She's not focused on what she doesn't have. But the rabbit can also represent multiplication. And like I said, all the fixed signs have been getting these messages of needing to do things that multiply, needing to work on those things in your life that create more of a result, right? We all have things that we are good at. And I just wanted to see what else you have here. But, we all have skills, right? We all have things that we're really good at that we can do better than anyone else. And usually those are the things that we can multiply. So I would be focusing on, like I said, multiplication, or doing things that you do that can multiply. And that's really pretty much all I get here. You have the Lovers as your crossing energy. I think some of you are probably thinking about love. We have Jupiter will be moving into Cancer. So as I've been saying for, the past couple of weeks, I think a lot of us water signs are focused on love because of Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter loves being in Cancer, number one. Number two, it's like a very nurturing place for Jupiter to be, and Cancer is very nurturing. I think for us water signs, it's going to kind of like make us want to find that nurturing place, right? Or something that even that we can nurture as well. It goes both ways, right? That energy in Cancer, it's like we also want to nurture something. And so I think a lot of you are just kind of maybe thinking about love, but it doesn't even have to be a person. This could just be something that you want to take care of, or something that you want to nurture into existence. So you could really be working on, pretty much anything here. It is your crossing energy, and the crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you in a Celtic cross. But I don't know. I really don't feel anything, if I'm being honest, on this card. I just feel like it's just talking about the idea of love. I know that sounds lame, but, I don't know. Don't shoot the messenger. That's the message I get. So there you go. Next, in the area of what's on your mind, you have the Four of Cups. I think you need to get out of your head. You could be thinking about how you always are disappointed, right? The thing about the Four of Cups is that he's just not accepting this new offer because he's been disappointed at least 3 times before. But the trick with the card is that he needs to realize that he's learned what he needs to learn from these 3 cups. And if he applies what he learns here to this, he will have a much better outcome. So I think for a lot of you that this is saying you need to apply what you have learned from past situations to a new situation, because it will work out differently. It will work out better. So it's almost like, this is too much negative thinking for you here, Scorpio. I don't really feel like you're being negative. I think maybe you are just not being positive about something that could be really good for you. And it definitely could be a love offer, because, we go down to the Two of Cups as well. And we go down from there to the Hangman. So it's like something you've been asking for, or something that you've been waiting for could be coming in for you. And it's like a perfect match for you. And again, take it how it resonates, because for some of you, I feel like this is something that you will love, like an opportunity, or, a job or something like that. And I think you need to get out of your head and get away from that thinking that you're always going to be disappointed type of energy. And that's what I would focus on there. You have the Knight of Wands in the area of your foundation. The Knight of Wands is about going on an adventure and being more adventurous. Yes, definitely, I think all water signs need to be more adventurous this month. And the entire summer, it is not a good summer for doing nothing at home. You are going to have a very hard time if you do that. But if you get out there and you explore and do new things and take classes, I probably said this to you in one of your last readings, but like recently I just signed up for some classes that I'm taking that is just a hobby that I have, right? And, just because I know that I need to get out of the freaking house, right? So I hate when people say, do as I say, not as I do. All the things that I preach about, I do. So there you go, Scorpio. If I can do it, you can do it, right? And, I would just get out of the house, go on an adventure. Maybe you need to come up with some sort of day trip that, just like do one nice thing for yourself. And you never know what could happen. The reason I'm doing this as well, and I'll tell you the secret sauce here for the summer, is I think the secret for water signs over the summer is that if you give yourself more variety, that's where your luck is going to come from, is having new experiences. And I don't even know what I'm talking about, because it's like I just have this feeling that if we experience variety, which meaning we just don't do the same thing every single day and we go do different things, like we could discover anything. We could discover answers to our problems. We could discover love. We could discover something fun. It could be so many different things. But, it's like the universe is saying, like, you're not going to discover anything at home. You're going to discover everything you need in the world. So there you go. And I'm living it. So there you go. Next, in the area of your past position, you have this Gemini card. It says, speak your truth. It says, choose your words wisely. Remember that your words have consequences. Yes, we just had that full moon in Scorpio last month in May. And even though we're past the full moon, that full moon was all about speaking the truth. So, definitely a time to speak the truth. You have this wealth of knowledge card. It says, connect to knowledge in your soul to teach and help heal the world. Yes, water signs are the healers of the future. I've been saying this to you for months, for everybody. To all water signs. I believe water signs have been through what everybody is about to go through, and so us water signs are here to be like the leaders of the future and to show people how to survive. And it's going to be easy for you, Scorpio, because you've already done it, and it's going to be easy for the other water signs as well. But I think that kind of like stepping up and being a leader and sharing your knowledge in whatever way you can is going to be very helpful. So even though it's coming up in the past, I think this is something that it's coming up in the past because it's like you've already learned how to do it. You have the Wheel of Fortune in your past position as well. I feel like you're trying to change your fortunes, or it's like you're doing things. Like I feel like you have been doing things where you have been trying to make changes. Like you've been trying to improve or get different results in life, and all that is kind of popping into my head with this Wheel of Fortune. It's kind of like interesting because I feel like some of you, it's like, I don't know how to say what I want to say here, Scorpio, if I'm being honest with you, because it's like, I feel like some of you have stopped doing something that you're about to do again. It's like, obviously I work on YouTube and I work with a lot of YouTubers, and it's like there have been many people I've worked with where it's like they publish a bunch of videos and then they stop publishing, and then like 6 months later, like one of those videos will take off and just go viral for like a random ass reason, and because they stopped the momentum, right, that they would have gained. If they kept posting, they would have had even more momentum. You get what I'm saying? It's like that's popping into my head with this Wheel of Fortune, where it's like some of you, it's like something that you've done in the past could be kind of coming back around. I would pay attention to whatever it is. It could be an activity, it could be something you worked on, it could be something you created, but whatever this is, I would give it a second chance or whatever. I feel like it's an activity, and or like something that you worked on, and like I said, I think that this could lead to a lot of momentum or a change in your fortunes. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have this Illuminate card and this Flow card. Yes, I think that what will bring flow into your life is being illuminated. Literally, you have the Star as your outcome card, and that is literally what the Star is. The Star is about being illuminated to your North Star. The Star is about having that one big star, having that North Star in life, that one thing that you work towards, that one thing that you create, and here you go. This is basically the Star. You have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups definitely could be love. Two of Cups is kind of like a perfect match. Two of Cups is usually a person who is different than your usual type. And usually, the Two of Cups starts with communication. And you also have the Page of Pentacles showing up here. And Page of Pentacles is another one of my cards of starting with communication. So if you want love, definitely it could be starting with communication here. But the other thing I'm getting here, Scorpio, is that this could also just be a perfect match with yourself. Two of Cups can just be you and your higher self. And this right here is a Staff of Hermes, and it represents communication. So a lot of you could be getting communication more spiritually. And we have the High Priestess showing up in your reading. And the High Priestess can be spiritual communication as well. And so you could be receiving communication on like what path you need to go down, or what you need to work on, or what you need to create at this time. Next, in the area of the outcome, look at this. You have this rabbit card. It says, now is a lucky time. Yet the rabbit on the Queen of Pentacles, like I said, they're like baby rabbits here. Rabbits like multiply multiple times a year. So it's like you could really be multiplying a lot of your successes at this time. And that's what I would be focusing on, especially as a fixed sign, right? I think fixed signs, I've been saying this to you for years, and I don't say it just to repeat myself. I say it because I need to hear it too. But, I think that really doubling down on what's working is going to be the most important thing for you. And doubling down on things that multiply, things that get a better result is really going to be good. You have this Otter Spirit says you are never alone. Definitely could be a connection coming in for those of you that want it. We see a lot of new love here, so that's definitely possible. In the area of the next few months, you have the Hangman. Again, I feel pretty good about this Hangman. I like the Hangman to me is kind of just neutral, but the Hangman, he's putting himself in Hangman mode so that he can gain enlightenment, so he can gain answers about like what he needs to be doing in life. And I feel like a lot of you could be gaining a lot of answers over the next few months. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, this is all relationships in your life. You have the High Priestess. Number one, I feel like you're going to be really good at reading people this summer, not even just this month. Like, I know that this is a June bonus reading, but to me, the universe doesn't wear a watch. Things happen whenever they're going to happen. Energy can last for a long period of time. I think the entire summer that you really need to pay attention to your feelings about people, because basically I think you're always right about like who people are, whether you should trust them or not, and all that other good stuff. So that's what I'd pay attention to here. The High Priestess also represents potential. She represents unlimited potential. She has no roof over her head, and so there are no limits to what she can accomplish. Her only limits are what she sets her mind to. So I think for a lot of you, this could say that you need to like really set your mind to bigger successes or towards bigger things, because I don't know, I feel like you could be very successful moving forward into the future. And that's what I would pay attention to here with the High Priestess, is like unlimited potential or ideas that have potential. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Page of Pentacles. I feel like you feel like a brand spanking new baby here, Scorpio. That's like literally the message I'm getting here. It's like you're feeling reborn to me, or something like that. The Page of Pentacles doesn't even represent a rebirth, but that is what I feel on this card. So I feel like a lot of you are kind of feeling reborn. He is the card of studiousness and being willing to learn something new. So he kind of is like a baby. He's like he has fresh new insights into the world and like what he needs to do and what he needs to learn. So a lot of you could be just like, gaining a lot of insights and all that other stuff. Could also be a new person. Page of Pentacles is my card of a new person. You have a lot of earth here, so it could be an earth sign, could be any sign, general reading. Your outcome is amazing. You have the Star. The Star obviously is a very positive outcome. The Star can represent hope, faith, and renewal. It can also say that you are moving towards a North Star, or you're moving towards attracting something really great into your life and focusing on the Star. And that's pretty much what I would do if I were you, is I would focus on the Star. But let's see what is going on for you here, Scorpio. With the Queen of Pentacles and the Lovers, you have the Empress. Yes, all three water signs have had the Empress, and the other two had the Emperor as well. We'll see what comes up. But, basically, I think water signs are very attractive at this time. I mean, obviously, as I always say, only the smartest, most attractive people watch Minnow Pontero. People who don't watch, I'm not saying that they're not, but I don't know. The results kind of speak for themselves based off of what I can see. So, there you go. But so obviously you're attractive if you're watching this channel. But, the other thing I would say is that, you could really be standing out. And it is time for water signs to shine. So, but you're not just going to magically shine. You have to put yourself out there. You have to take risks. If you're creating things, you have to put what you create out into the world. But the attention is here, clearly. With the Four of Cups, you have the Hierophant. A lot of blessings as well that seem to be coming in for water signs. Again, I don't think these are going to be magical blessings that you just magically get. These are going to be blessings from doing things like, again, taking risk of putting your work into the world, taking the risk of speaking up at work or in business and getting attention. Those types of things are going to be the things that bring blessings. This could also be marriage. So, again, if you want love, could be a very solid connection. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Eight of Cups. Yes, again, a lot of water signs are just, I think, walking away from what no longer serves them, and they're walking towards true fulfillment. Again, that full moon in Scorpio that we had last month, even though we're almost a month past that full moon, it doesn't matter. I think a lot of you could still be thinking about the things that happened at that time. You could be making bigger decisions, like wanting to cut things out, wanting to remove yourself from things that have been holding you back. All that will be good for you and will lead to big changes. This is also the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it, and so you could be working on this energy until like September. We have eclipse season between the last eclipses we had in September, so you could be thinking about that stuff. Here you go. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Emperor. Like I said, all three water signs have had the Emperor and the Empress, so definitely could be a very solid connection. This could be a person that you have dealt with in the past. I don't think this is like an ex coming back or anything. I just think maybe this is a person that from the past, or maybe you met a while ago. It doesn't feel like anything ever happened here. So again, it's like this could be a person that nothing really happened with them, but now something could be happening. I also feel it could be a brand spanking new person because we have the Page of Pentacles there, and the Emperor. The Emperor in the past could just say this person is ready. With the Two of Cups, you have the Three of Swords. Yes, I think you need to get out of your head with that Four of Cups. Four of Cups is just thinking about all the reasons things haven't worked in love. So for those of you that want love, I think you need to get out of your head and heal your heart and practice forgiveness. We are in an amazing time for forgiveness. So I think that if we practice forgiveness and, practice letting things go, things could go very well for all of us. And, that's really what we need to focus on is forgiving the past so that we can experience something new. With the Hangman, you have the Queen of Cups. Amazing time to follow your heart as well. You could be discovering what your heart wants as well with that high Hangman. I think sometimes I think at just different times in life we get to a place where we're just maybe not 100% sure what we want to do or where we want to go in life. And, it almost feels like guidance to me here, Scorpio, that you're receiving over the next few months, as in, the universe could be showing you what your heart wants, and you can make, better decisions from there. With the High Priestess, you have the Chariot. Yes, amazing. Charging towards success, charging towards a victory. Could be a lot of success coming in for you. Coming up in the area of the closest relationships, this could say that you are forming new relationships or you're meeting new people at this time. And I think that would be good for you as well. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Sun. The Sun is shining on you, clearly. The Sun and the Star together can represent fame and fortune. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to become famous, but, you really could be standing out at this time. You could be getting a lot of attention or really drawing in a lot of attention, which I think would be good for you. The Sun also just makes the whole entire reading more positive. Also, with the Empress, definitely could be a glow up. With the Star, you have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is quick success or a quick conclusion. So it's things are changing very quickly or something is happening very fast for you here, Scorpio. And I think whatever it is going to be very good. So I like it. You have this ladder card. It says climbing towards success. So yes, the whole entire reading looks very successful. So you definitely could be climbing towards success. You have this Cat card. It says a two-faced friend. I would be careful of people at this time. I do think fixed signs need to be careful of other people. So, make sure that you're surrounding yourself with positive people, not negative people, obviously. You have this Dark Woman. It says dealings or relationships with a woman with dark complexion or hair. You have this Bird flying. It says news is on the way. So there could be news from a person. It feels like good news to me. And you have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles to me is one of my cards of good news. We usually look at the knights as messengers, but sometimes I feel the Page of Pentacles can be a messenger. And, he can represent good news. So there you go. You have this mountain. It says major challenge to overcome. I don't know. I think you are overcoming challenges because you have the chariot. The chariot really does represent charging right through an obstacle or overcoming something very quickly. So I'm not even worried about that. You have this handshake card. It says a meeting with a stranger could be important. I kind of do feel like some of you are meeting love in the form of a stranger. So definitely could be a new person you've never met before. And, I think this person will make you very happy. But this looks really good here, Scorpio. I like it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.